Being safe in your own home, the CDC confirms more than 3 million older adults are treated in emergency rooms every year for falls that in many cases can be prevented. A few home safety modifications can make all the difference in reducing that risk. Simple things like removing clutter, installing grab bars in bathrooms and hallways. Non-slip mats are a better option than small area rugs in the kitchen and bath, and improved lighting around stairs can make a difference as well. But let's face it, it's 2023, right? Wearables. That's a catchphrase encompassing tech that, God forbid, you find yourself in an emergency. Jessica Holt with US Cellular here to talk about that more. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Bill.
All right, let's go over a couple of things very quickly. Smart watches, right? They do more than tell time.
Yes, they do more than tell time, play music, send text messages. They're actually really good for your health and to prevent accidents.
Let's talk about that one for one. They may prevent a fall, or they may not prevent a fall, but once it happens, I guess they can get you help, right?
Absolutely. A friend of mine had EMT services show up at her house. Wife answered the door being like, I didn't call you guys, what's going on? They go into the backyard. Husband had a cardiac event. They were able to assist him without anybody calling, and it's crazy how that can happen.
Yeah, because what they do is they contact 911,
Yes.
and they can also contact your emergency contacts that you have set up on the phone.
Yes, just make sure you set those up, but it can contact them immediately, so without you doing anything.
Okay, also a little motivation here with the evolution of that alarm that some people actually wear around their neck, right? That's tech that's been around for a generation, it seems like now. Let's take this one step further. Health and safety, a big reason that people buy these things in the first place, right?
Absolutely. So it's not just for fall detection, but it can be for your health and fitness. You know, now that it's cooling down outside, we can go out there, exercise, and you can keep track of your calories, your steps, motivate yourself.
Lots of things. I think we had that graphic we can pull up one more time because it also talks about things like possibly AFib, how to control your diabetes.
Yes.
And again, 7 out of 10 people who buy these things are doing it for the health motivation factors.
Absolutely. And 3 out of 10 are actually showing that they're improving their health as well, which is fascinating.
And this is not on the fringe anymore. I read somewhere where like almost half of all Americans now have a wearable, again, helping to keep them safe. And just a reminder for folks who have taken that leap already, you don't necessarily need the newest hardware to make this effective. A lot of software updates make a big difference as well.
Absolutely. Yes.
All right, Jessica, thank you very much for being here. We appreciate
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.